Hello. So recently, John Mueller said that he believes that the weight of links at some point will begin to drop off. Now, I don't think that this really comes as a surprise to anybody. Backlinks aren't something that Google can control, and they have been used to manipulate rankings for many, many years now. But this statement really got me thinking, okay, well, if you get rid of some links, are there any links that will always hold some value for Google as a ranking factor? And I really believe that there are. And I think you can see some of those in the About This Result feature on the search results pages. So I'll show you some of those now and some of the common themes that are within them. So the place to look in Google search results is in here, where you've got these three dots when you're searching for a brand, and it will bring up About This Result. And if you click on More About This page, it then takes you into a wealth of information. We've got here about the source, and this comes from Wikipedia. Now, it will only ever come from Wikipedia from what I've seen. I've not seen any other website being chosen for this description of a brand, apart from in their own words. And this is taken from the About Us page on MyProtein. So it's important for a brand to get a Wikipedia entry, definitely. And then further down here, we have up to 10 websites that are either linking to or talking about MyProtein. And as you will see here, a lot of these are review sites. And this is where I think that backlinks are always going to be relevant for sites. It's those external sites that are talking about you and having an opinion on your service that Google really, really values. And I can't see this going away anytime soon. 90% of the brands that we looked at had a Trustpilot review featuring in these 10 results that Google are serving up to their users to say, this is why we have chosen to put MyProtein, in this example, in front of you. So really, really important. A lot of these review sites. Reviews.io, I think, appeared in 50% of the About This Results pages that we're looking at. So fantastic to see that these reviews being taken up. And then there are other places where questions are being asked for, for an opinion of MyProtein. If we look at Lloyd's Pharmacy, so they're About This Result page, you see on the first one on here, we actually have the NHS. So, absolutely, that takes preference over Trustpilot, over reviews.io. This kind of link from the NHS through to Lloyd's Pharmacy is massive, really, really significant. And I think that, especially with smaller brands or more niche markets where you're not necessarily going to have a lot of conversation around you and your products, but it is this kind of area where you will see, if you delve into the About This Results thing for your competitors and for yourself, you'll start to see some quite interesting websites turn up that I think lend themselves to this trust factor. So if we look at Vital Energy, for example, they don't have a Wikipedia entry. So this bit is blank. Obviously, they've got their own, in their own words, they've got their About Us page. But when we look through here, really quite slim pickings. But there are a few that are featured in here that I think if I was one of their competitors, I would be trying to emulate. So, for example, we've got this one on crowncommercial.gov.uk. Obviously, having a link from a government website is, it's always been talked about as being high authority and high trust. And so if you saw this in a competitor's profile, this would be one that I would really go after, because it's being served up by Google to their users to say, this is why we trust this site. We'll put this as a result in front of you. So there's this one from Crown Commercial. And then there's this other one from Manufacturers of Equipment for Heat Networks Association. Now, this website in itself it's not going to have a huge amount of domain authority or any of those kind of metrics that you might look at. But in terms of trust, this association is going to be a really important key factor in their niche industry. And so to chase after these kind of associations and groups, I think is really important. And these are the kind of links that are going to stay the test of time because they're building relationships between you and your marketplace in your sector. I can't stress enough the value of these kind of links and relationship building. And I think Google are always going to trust in them. They're part of your community. So go after them. Make sure that you keep up a good relationship on those kind of sites. And dare I say it, build links going forward in this kind of way. So look after your reviews. Any third party site that is reviewing you, I think, will always be of interest to Google. And anything like an association that is part of your niche industry is also one to keep a really good eye on. So essentially, that's it. It's not rocket science. It's a great place to go and look and see what Google is actually saying. Well, this is one of the reasons why we trust these sites. That group of links, I think, is really important to go and take a look at, not just for yourself, but also for your competitors. Because from there, from your competitors, you can see what they might have and you don't, and definitely worth chasing up on. I think because Google are listing those websites and those links as useful trust and authority indicators, that they are likely to stand the test of time, as I've said. And if you're going after those kind of things, if you are working on your reviews, which means working on your customer service and your actual quality of your output, then these are the things that Google will continually look at and value going forwards. So hopefully you've found that useful, and maybe it will feed into your SEO strategies going forwards.